Hi, I'm Sophie Shalacy here at Sundance 2012 in the THR Video Lounge with Mike Birbiglia and Ira Glass of Sleepwalk with me. Welcome, guys.
Thank you very much.
Nice to be here.
Now, your film's premiering tonight. What are your thoughts going into it? Feelings, emotions?
I am very curious about what's going to happen. I'm really very curious.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been working for 2 years on this. When does a person ever work on one thing that's 90 minutes long for 2 years? I feel just deeply. Are we going to be heroes? Are we going to be goats?
Is it going to be a disaster? Are they going to throw us in a cargo van and ship us to the airport, never to be heard from again, put us in the potato sacks?
I can totally imagine a version where where people see Mike perform in the film and he becomes kind of a new young Tom Hanks, doing these sort of comic but somewhat serious roles. And I can also imagine a version where like it goes so badly, you and I pretend for the rest of our lives this never happened.
Right, and then they take away Ira's radio show. This American Life doesn't exist anymore.
So there's a lot riding on this premiere, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, they have Wait, Don't Tell Me, play and repeat whenever This American Life is playing.
Or the thing is such a success, it does more business than Avatar, single-handedly creates jobs, helps bring the country out of a recession.
I could see both of those scenarios happening.
but only those two scenarios and nothing in between.
Oh, okay.
But we think it's very funny, and the people we've shown it to think it's very funny. And so, you know, the question is, will these lunatics in Utah think it's funny? There's no way to know. No, I'm just kidding. I love Utah.
It's weird that you felt like you had to say that. Like, why would you have to say that if you weren't racist against Utah?
No, I love Utah. I performed here on Friday night in Salt Lake, and I love the state.
You had a good reception?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, Kingsbury Hall is super fun, and yeah, we've had a great time.
So you said you've been working on this project for 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years. Can you tell me what you've been working on, what the process has been like?
Well,
there was a year of like drinking coffee and writing the script and arguing. And then in January of last year, a year ago, you were just like, okay, we're making the movie. I'm not going to tour this summer. We're going to shoot this summer. And you just started acting like there's going to be a movie. Like you just decided like we're shooting this summer. We didn't have any money yet.
No budget.
In May or June, you started hiring people out of your own pocket. We still didn't have funding.
How much did you invest in this project?
I think it was upwards of $85 million. I did very well in the internet boom. No, it was I don't know, a few $1,000s here and there, but pretty soon we were able to get financing from this company called Bedrocket, which is an amazing new media company, and Brian Beadall and Ken Lehrer at Bedrocket have just been tremendous.
They've been amazing.
So you have a bit of a franchise going on. You have the book, you have the show, now the movie.
Yeah.
What is it about your story that makes it so successful on all these different platforms?
I mean, I have a theory about why this story works as a one-man show and a movie and in the book, and I feel like it's because it's one of these stories where there's one plot line which anybody can relate to about being lost in your 20s and having a lot of anxiety about what you're going to do. And then what happens in the course of the film is that there's an increasingly spectacular series of sleepwalking incidents as the guy isn't dealing with the issues in his life, with his girlfriend, with his job. And so it's got this stuff that's very realistic and you can relate to and you can be funny about and you can be really
also
vulnerable.
Very surreal with the dreams.
But then the dreams are sort of super visual and very surreal and kind of spectacular.
Strange and funny. And
you just feel like, oh, I've never seen that before. So it has a really nice mix of like very relatable stuff and also new stuff.
So are all of the stories in the film real life things that happen to you, or are a few of them fabricated?
They're based on real life. So in other words, this is what I would say.
But the weirdest ones actually happen.
The weirdest ones happen.
The weirdest ones happen.
The ones that you would go, no way that happened, that happened. The other stuff, the minutia, it's like, maybe that happened. Maybe we changed the chronology on that.
I mean, is it a spoiler? Should we say? I mean, are we spoiling? What's our policy? What's our policy on
We don't have
like?
a policy. It's our first interview.
I know. Okay, so I mean, basically,
We need a policy.
We need a policy. But basically, there's a sleepwalking incident where the character hurls himself through a second-story window while asleep and nearly dies.
Right. This is on This American
So that was on the radio, so it's not much of a spoiler. Okay, so that happened.
So you also have another film here, Your Sister's Sister, small
That's right.
part in that. What other films are you trying to check out while you're in town?
I don't know if I would say it's small. I mean, it's a pretty
very
important.
memorable part.
It's actually very instrumental in.
Well, you kick off the entire movie.
Thanks. No, it's
off
no,
the
it is a
entire
small
film.
part. It's a one-scene part. It came about because Lynn Shelton, who's the director, who I think is a brilliant director, was I invited her when I was playing at the Moore Theater in Seattle to come to my show when I was touring through there. We have the same agent, and she came to the show. We had like a really nice breakfast, talked about movie making. She was telling me about her project, I was telling her about mine, and I said, on the way out, I literally go, call me if you want me to do anything in the film. I'll fly myself in, whatever.
That's how it happens? That's how a person gets into a movie?
That's show business.
That's how it happens?
That's Hollywood. I'm the reporter. End of interview. We good on one? We good on two? We got three?
You're not directing this. You got to direct your film already. You can't direct their shoot. Don't direct their thing.
Don't direct the interview.
Stop directing.